You guys, he's coming, the Bugman is coming. The Ostoayak, the Doom of Mokeatl comes tomorrow, July 23rd. And I'm getting ready. I'm getting my little outfits ready, all my little items. I like to prepare inventories and speculate on what's going to be useful, what's not going to be useful, all just to be completely wrong as soon as the content drops, because that is what's fun for me. I like doing that. So this is going to be a get ready with me for the new Doom boss. All the TikTok girlies are doing get ready with me videos where they put on their makeup and they go to concerts and they go get coffee. So this is me now. I'm a TikTok girly now, and this is a get ready with me channel now. Fuck the guides. The guides are over. That shit has passed. I took a look at my analytics and it is almost all Gen Z women. So I cater to you now. Come watch my videos. Let's start with what we know. Man is bug. This doesn't tell us very much. I don't think the Harpy bug lanterns are coming out on this one, guys. I'm sorry to say. I don't think it's coming. Bugs are often weak to stab. However, we know that man is weak to crush. So that means Fang and Rapier are in the bin. Sorry to say that as well. Man's is Demon. So there's big potential here for the Demon Bane weapons. We will get into that in a little bit. I have thoughts. I have thoughts and musings and ideas about the Demon Bane weapon. Man is not a Slayer mob. So the Zuckhelmers, you're in the bin too. Eat shit. We have the potential now to actually complete an armor set bonus, which is kind of exciting. Inquisitor, perhaps? We'll get to that soon. We'll talk about that soon as well. Places like Araxor and other releases, we couldn't make use of the additional set bonus for Ink because of the Slayer Helm, but here we can. This is exciting stuff. We know that he will be in the Talati Rainforest, probably under one of these two geographical features on the map. Hopefully, there's going to be a convenient teleport off of the Rip, probably like a fairy ring to start, and then a teleport will be unlocked from doing the content. Jagex kind of understands these days what makes their content feel like shit, and they've been doing a pretty good job at not doing stuff that's extremely frustrating. So I think there will be a convenient teleport immediately, and then a better one after you've been doing the content for a bit. Okay, let's get ready. Let's take a look at some gear that is positioned to be strong at this content and good at release content in general. And let's discuss what I think is a lock in terms of like guaranteed items that should be good or items that I think are going to get tossed. And remember, I don't know anything. I literally know nothing. This is all speculative. This is all for fun. I'm having fun. Okay, here we are. So we've got some gear that's been good at release content in the past, some gear that I think is going to be very good for this boss, some gear that I think is going to be very troll and not good. So let's start building an inventory. Let's discuss it. So right off the bat, we got the Blood Fury. Absolutely, we're locking that shit in. Blood Fury always performs super strong on release content, and you know, the reason why is self-evident. It's going to be a boss that you're going to want to melee, and until all the mechanics are completely fleshed out, you're going to just be getting crazy healing from this item all the time. It's completely broken. So maybe later on down the line, you'll want a Rancor when all of the mechanics are like set in stone and people are doing perfect kills. But for release day, nothing beats the Blood Fury. The Zuckhelm, absolutely fucking not. We discussed that already. Not a Slayer mob, so that is out of the question. Barrow's gloves, I think, are going to be good, not great. I have a sneaking suspicion that this is going to be a melee ranged hybrid boss. Yama was a cool melee mage hybrid boss. Like, both options are viable and both options have their place for different aspects of the fight. And I think based on some of the teaser content, this is going to be a similar idea, but with ranged and melee. So The Barrows gloves are a nice hybrid glove because they're giving you melee and ranged offensive stats, and they're not really hurting one or the other the way that like ferocious gloves do. So I think while learning and super early on, the Barrows gloves are going to be a very good option, and I think they're going to stay good. There might be better options later when you get really good at it, but they'll always be solid. So those are going in good, not great. And I think the same thing about the Aranea boots. People use these boots for Inferno speedrunning because they are good melee boots and good ranged boots, and people are like last hitting stuff with Scythe a lot in Inferno. And so I think for the same reason, as I said before, these will be very solid. There might be a better option later when you get good, but any option that lets you do mage or range and melee well, I think is going to be strong to start. Since the boss is a demon, I think the candy corn is coming out. I think the claws are going to be good. I'd be very happy to be wrong about this because I like other spec weapons more. I like the Voidwaker. I think it's fun to use, but I think that the burning claws are going to be it for us. So the quiver is speculative, and I kind of want to put it in speculative, but I'm so convinced that range is going to be good at this boss that it's going to have some place that I'm locking that shit in. The inventory that I'm going to make is going to have the quiver in it. Ferocious gloves, lock that shit in. Melee's going to go crazy here. The Soul Reaper axe. It's got a crush option. It's a strong weapon. It's not as strong as some others. It is also kind of clunky to use on release content where you're taking a lot of damage because it's going to be damaging you, and it's kind of a hard mechanic to juggle. So I'm going to put it under good, not great. I think it can be used. I think there's going to be better options. The Inquisitor helmet. I'm very happy to say for the first time ever on release that I'm going to be locking that in. I think that the Inquisitor armor set is going to be really strong. And we can finally use the helmet because we do not have a Slayer requirement. And so let me just go ahead and finish out the set. I think the Ink Mace can also be locked in. I do think that there's going to be an item that beats it out, but there's no way that you can go wrong with the Ink Mace. It's going to be a boss that's weak to crush. They've buffed it recently. It's super powerful. You're going to get the full set bonus. We're going to lock that shit in. Echo Boots. Echo Boots are pretty good on release content because they've got prayer bonus. They've got good defensive stats. They've got some melee stats as well. I think they're going to be good, not great. They're going to be a very solid option to bring in. I think if you believe in yourself, though, and you believe in your ability to figure out the mechanics quickly, you're going to want the damage from the prims. So I think they're going to be good. I don't think they're going to be great. The Voidwaker is highly speculative. I think the Voidwaker is like all or nothing. Like it's either the best spec weapon somewhere and you just would never use anything else, or you wouldn't because like the defenses of the mob are low, and then you'd want to be using regular claws, or like there's some mechanics where they're walking around and they're susceptible to burn, but you can't otherwise damage them, then you'd want to use the burning claws. So I think the Voidwaker is very speculative. I'm excited to see if it's going to work or not. For the Missouri Chapper, I'm locking that shit in. I think it's going to be good. I think range and melee are both going to be good. And the chaps are definitely going to be used. I don't know if I would lock in the helmet, just because we're going to be weak on space, and the Missouri helmet is not always the best slot option. It's not always worth wasting another slot for like a tiny bit of ranged strength and accuracy, so I don't know about that one. But for the chaps and the body, we're locking. Torva. Torva's either going to be the best or it's going to be the second best. It has to be one of the two. I am thinking that Ink is going to win out. because they're leaning into these weaknesses lately, and Ink is a serially underused, forgotten about set that deserves some love. So I think Torva is going to be good, not great. But it's definitely still going to be solid. If you don't have Inquisitor and you have Torva, Torva is going to be really good. Huge strength bonus, good defenses. You're just not going to get all the crush bonus that the Ink is going to make use of. Missouri Helmet, I'll put it in good, not great. If range is good, you might end up bringing it, but if range is good, you still might opt to just camp a different helmet and take an extra inventory for food or whatever you want to bring. So I'll toss it in good, not great. Anguish is getting locked in because I'm a believer in the range. I'm a believer, so that's locking in. Lightbearer is highly speculative. I don't know how important specs will be for this fight, and I don't know how long it's going to be. I don't know if your spec is regenning constantly, like when you're transitioning through the different delve levels. I don't know how long each floor is going to be. So this is the risky pick. It's got potential to be fucking crazy OP, and it's got potential to kind of be super troll as well. So we're just going to have to wait and see. Same thing about the SGS. We don't know enough about the fight. If he's got a lot of ads, maybe you're running double death charge and Lightbearer and you're just like getting 40 HP every 30 seconds on these ads. Maybe there are no ads to kill and the SGS is completely wasted inventory. I don't know. It's got big potential to be a flop and it's got big potential to be OP. So we're going to put it in speculative. This is both speculative and a lock-in. For me, as I said, I believe in the range. He's a demon, so he's weak to Demon Bane weapons. I am bringing this when I do my first KC. When I go in there, this is going to be in my inventory 100%. I'm locking that in. Scythe. Absolutely, I'm locking that shit in. Absolutely. That, I think, is going to be the strongest item of them all. He's weak to crush. He's big. He's fat. He's a 5x5. If the Scythe isn't good here, like I might just delete my account at this point. For the same reason, Ultor Ring is getting locked in. Definitely going to be bringing the Ultor Ring. I think it's going to be super strong. It's going to be given max hits. I don't think I'm going to want to camp Lightbearer, so it is what it is. Zerite Vambraces, if you're wearing Barrow's gloves, then you're not going to bring these. That's why I think Barrow's gloves might be so good on release, because they're going to be hybrid gloves that let you save an inventory slot. But the Zerite Vambraces, you know, if you're committing to the Ferocious gloves and you're going to be bringing range, they'd probably be a lock, but I'll put them in good for now / lock it in, probably both. I don't think the T-bow is going to be something that is brought. Not because I think it will be bad. I actually think it will probably do decent damage, but I just think the Scorching Bow is going to beat it out. So I absolutely will be not bringing it, but it's also a potential good, not great. Because if you don't have a Scorching Bow, but you have a T-bow, that would be odd. But there are some people probably that have a big mega rare, but they don't have a lot of cash lying around to buy these like niche items like a Synapse. So maybe that's you. In that case, it would be good, not great. But for me, it will be absolutely not. Emberlight. Emberlight is very speculative. He is a Demon Bane, so I think it might work, but it's not going to be, it has no crush option. It's not going to be as good as the Scythe or the Ink Mace or the Soul Reaper Axe. So it's probably an absolutely not / speculative, because, you know, maybe it's decent because the Demon Bane scaling is so high that it just necessarily does decent damage, but it's not going to be like, it's not crush. It's not going to be categorically slated to be strong at the content. If you're running Ink Mace, then the Defender is going to be a lock-in, but if you're running any of the other stuff, like Scythe or Soul Reaper Axe, then absolutely not. If you're running Void Waker also, you'd obviously bring it for that. But I don't have the Ink Mace, and I don't think the Void Waker is going to be coming. So because of that, I am not going to be bringing it. The Prims. The Prims are going to be a lock-in. We're locking that shit in. I think melee is going to be super strong. I believe in myself. I believe in the Prims. I want all that. The Aranea boots are on here twice. I don't know why. Absolutely terrible production. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think about that mistake. The Rapier. It's a bug, but it's not a stabby bug. Absolutely not. That shit's in the bin. Same with the Fang, unfortunately. That is also in the bin. Fang's been in the bin for a while. And this will be no exception. Purging Staff. Absolutely not. I don't think magic is going to be good at this boss. At least I hope and I pray that it's not. I hate magic. I'm a big magic hater. I think because it was so strong at Yama that they're not going to do it again. But this is also very speculative because this is just my hard read on the situation. There's no actual reason why I think this. Same thing with Shadow. It's an absolutely not or it's highly speculative. I want to believe that they're not going to do magic, so I'm not bringing it. And the Infernal Cape is absolutely getting locked in. So with that said, let's get into the client. Let's make a little inventory. Let's get our outfit together. Let's think about what pots we're going to bring. And let's get ready to go so that we can log in on release and get in there and see what we can do. Okay. Here's the gear. Here's what we've locked in. We're going with the full Inquisitor, with the Scythe, with the Blood Fury, with the Ultor, and the Pharaoh gloves. We are also going to be bringing the Scorching Bow, our Missouri top, bottom, Quiver Anguish, and I'm going to bring the Zerite Vambraces. I'm going to ego it. I'm going to do it. We're running Burning Claws. I'm going to bring 2 Super Combats, 2 Ranging Pots. I'm going to bring 6 brews, and the rest is going to be Sandfuse. I know I'm going to be brewing a lot. That's just the truth of it. That's how it is on release when nobody knows anything. I think I can last for a little while with this setup. Obviously, I think there's going to be a fairy ring, so I would equip the Drayman Staff and the Thrall book, and I would just grab another brewer, another Sandfuse. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna send it with on release. Let me know. Did I hit it? Did I miss it? Let me know in the comments. What do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments. Why don't you just get down there and have a freaky little fucking time in the comments?